And so on to the zigzag white stitch square. I have really enjoyed this. It's a really pleasing design, and actually looks really quite funky. It's the counter. You've got to really keep counting and you've got to really keep track of where you are. Um, but here it is. Texturally, it's absolutely fantastic. And you can just see the light catching on it from above. Imagine that on a throw, like a massive great throw that you could throw over your bed in a really bright, funky colour. I'd really like to use this again. My son, who's called William, was very excited. This is his favourite square, obviously, because it's the W square. You can see there's lots of W's within the zigzags. But I said, well, actually, it's a mummy square because it's full of M's, so the jury's still out there. But it's been a bit of a challenge, but I've used a notepad. I've written down all my stitches and I've ticked them off as I've gone, and that's kept me in check. This is bang on 15 centimetres. Compare it to this one. That pink one is just like the big daddy of all my squares. It's absolutely ridiculous. I've got to get back on this one when I've got a moment. But I wanted to introduce you to the other thing that I've knitted from the magazine this week. Now, it's not often I get the chance to spend some time knitting other things, but it's half term this week, so I've had a bit of a break. And I want to introduce you to my owl. So I knitted him, didn't quite realise how big he was going to be. Being a bit of a fool, I didn't really think that 5 balls of the super chunky wool was going to knit into much, but he is absolutely huge, obviously bigger than my head. My children have had a lot of fun rolling around with him on the floor. It's been fantastic fun. Look at all the different textures. That's the moss stitch there, and the feather shapes here look really cool. I really like the eyes. I struggled to find a button that I like, but found some in my mum's button box. And he's just a bit of a character. I have to say, when I finished him, I just thought he's huge. I don't know where I'm going to put him. He's far too big, but the kids seem to love him, and so I'm quite pleased with him. Another thing I found out through knitting this is that the Hayfield super chunky yarn that is recommended for the owl is absolutely lovely. It's part wool and it's part man-made fibres, but it really knits easily on 8mm needles, and it's been a real pleasure to use. And it's quite cheap, and I'm definitely going to go back and use this wool again because it's got a really nice texture to it, and it's really, really warm as well. So give the owl a go. It's a nice Christmas present. It takes a while. There's a few mistakes there, but we'll just gloss over those and pretend they're not there. But he is now in our lives thanks to the art of knitting, and have a go on this. You might like it. Good luck.